Hello everyone, Ceri Griffiths here, or as you know me, Ceri the Crafter. Now I'm here with a short little video today. Well, probably going to be about 15 minutes, know me, because I can talk a bit, as you know. I wanted to share with you a book I came across. Now, it's kind of a book review, but not a book review. I actually went out and bought this book myself. I'm not being paid to do this promotion, if you would even call it that. How do I put this? Basically, as you know, for about 18 months, maybe a bit longer now, I've been on a journey of trying to learn watercolour, and it's been a bit frustrating. I've had to learn about paper qualities, hot press, cold press, 100% cotton, what watercolour paints are made from, whether it's better to use tubes or use pans or half pans, the brushes, the wet on wet, the dry on wet. There's been a lot to learn, and probably the biggest thing I've had to learn is patience. I'm still struggling with it. I haven't got my grips on it completely. There's a couple of things that I can't seem to get my head around. It's not in my nature to leave white space when I'm painting something. I'll leave empty space when I'm creating a background, but with watercolour, you have to work from light to dark, which is a complete flip from what I normally do with acrylics, is working from dark to light. So trying to get my head around the fact that I need to leave the highlights so they'll be white at the end of the piece. I've struggled. I've actually, where have I put it? I can't see it. I've actually got myself some, oh God, liquid masking fluid, because now I'm going to try and use that so that if I do get a bit slapdash with old paintbrushes, that at least at the end of the process I can take that off and I'll still have white spaces. So it's a workaround. I'm struggling, but that's fun. It's a journey, and I'm enjoying the journey. But I've been, and I will show you things like I've just started, very literally just started a nature journal. I bought the same journal twice because I've started a new travel journal. Again, just this second started that. As you may have seen, I've got my Kylie Koo journal, which I've been putting my little pieces in. And I've been trying to do things like landscapes and that. So basically, I'm at the point where I need to make some sort of commitment. I'm done with doing little exercises. I'm probably 50% of the stuff that I've done has gone in the bin because I've made mud. I haven't done it properly. It's warped beyond all consideration. There's been things that have gone ring. I'm like, I can't rescue this. There's just no way I can rescue it. So, but I've kept some pieces. Anyway, what I've been creating is I've sort of been creating things that I hope look realistic or look as if they would in the real world. And a lot of you know I really like abstract, especially with my gel plate. I love abstract, but I hadn't really considered watercolor as a medium for doing abstract. I know, millions of people do it. For some reason, my brain didn't focus into that. I focus into the pretty pictures and the loose line and wash drawings and all of that. So I just haven't perceived abstract as something I could do with a watercolor. And I was flipping through YouTube the other day, as we all do, and I came across this video of a woman sharing the book that I'm going to share with you. And I was absolutely fascinated. Well, first of all, the cover alone, the colours on it, I went, I love that. And she did a little bit of a flick through and she did a little bit of a tutorial on one of the classes in it. And I went, I've got to buy that book. So I hadn't even finished watching the video and I was on Amazon and I found the book and I ordered it for next day delivery. I was that excited about it. It arrived about 2 weeks ago. I have read the book, which I think is a bit unusual for me to read an art book. But you know what, that's just that male mentality. I don't need to read the instructions, I can work it out. I read the book. I'll show you the book in a minute too. And then I reached out to the artist. Her name is Kate Rebecca Leach. She's a British lady, so I found her website, and I'll share a link to her website below, because if you're in Britain, she does run workshops and classes and stuff like that. So I reached out to her, contacted her and said, listen, I really like what you're doing with the book. Congratulations, because I know it's your first book. Would you mind if I do a book review on it? And would you mind if I do one of the projects within it as a video? Because obviously there's copyright involved, it's her art. And she came back pretty much within the hour and went, love the fact that you like the book. I love the fact that you want to review it. Please go ahead and do that. That's totally fine. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at the book in this video, and then in a future video, which might be next week to be honest, I will choose one of the projects from the book to actually do following her instructions. Now, I will only be doing one, because if I was to do all of them, then that's just taking that woman's livelihood away from her, because I think some of the techniques she teaches in her own workshops. Currently, Kate does not have a YouTube channel. I think she's on Instagram. I know she's on Facebook because I now follow her. So I'm excited to do that, really excited to do that. So, and she also let me know that book one is now being sold in so many different countries and different languages that she's now being commissioned to do a book two, which I'm like, sign me up. I don't care what it costs, sign me up, I want it. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip the camera around. I'll show you where I'm at, sort of roughly maybe. You will have seen quite a few of these watercolor things if you've actually subscribed to me and watched all of my videos for a while, at least the last 2 years, because that's what I've been playing. There are certain watercolor bits that are in other journals, but I'm not going to go trawling through them all to try and find them for you. I'll also show you the cover page of my nature journal, which isn't 100% finished. The cover page from my travel journal, which is finished, but there's nothing else except the cover page done. Before you even ask, no, I will not be doing my nature and my travel journal as tutorials or processes. I don't feel I would be comfortable doing watercolors on video. Also, I'm not an expert at it. There are so many people who do a fabulous job of it. I'm not one of those. Maybe one day I will. When I complete my journals, or I complete a page I'm particularly happy with, I will definitely share it with you. I will share it in my community tab here on YouTube, as I do with most things. Also, there's going to be a real review coming up in probably a week's time as well, where I'm reviewing a new watercolor set by Paul Rubens. They reached out again, because last year I did one on the Mei Lang set, and they've reached out again. I went, you know what, I don't mind trying a different set of watercolors. And yes, they have gifted me that set, so that will be a real review. But we'll get to that anyway. That will be next week. So I think enough of me chops in a way. Let me flip this camera around, and we'll take a look at where I'm at, and that'll only take you a couple of seconds, and then I'll take you through the book. I'm not going to do a page by page flip, because that again is basically giving you all the book. I mean, there are people out there who will screenshot everything, just print it out, and then they've got the book. So I will do my best not to do that. And any relevant things will be in the description box. So give me a second, guys. I just need to rejig the setup in here so I can actually get filming from above. See you in a moment. And here we are from above. Okay, let's flip through something you're probably quite familiar with, and this is my Kylie Coo journal. We did a swap and make Kylie Coo. She's up in Scotland, and obviously I'm down in Wales, and we'd swap stuff, and we made things from it, and I made this journal, and it's become sort of a pictorial journal for me. I don't really write it, well, I don't write in this, but if I work on watercolors, which I do, but what I've done is, again, it's the nervousness to commit. I will work on them on panels, and then I will stick the panels in here. So like this is stamped, but then it's watercolored. This is stamped and watercolored. This is watercolored, and then I've stamped that and that onto it. This is a watercolor background with me doodling on it. So as you can see, I was playing like that. That was a watercolor feather that I drew. I did. This actually, I think, is in the wrong place, but it's stuck down now. So that's actually acrylic. So we'll ignore that one. So let's see what else is in here. Come on. Again, these were foam stamps, but then I was practicing getting the blending on the wings and getting the shading in. It is a watercolour background. So I've been on a bit of a journey, and then I did the funky birds or the crazy birds, which I learned from Patricia from PM Artist Studio. I played with butterflies, again, trying to work out this wet on wet blending thing. So the butterflies are watercolor, but everything else is on there that's stamped. Yes, that grass is stamped. Another one of the crazy birds. Again, this was stamped, but I stamped it in a really pale grey, and then I watercolored it again, just trying to get this wet and wet thing. But as you can see with all of these, I just don't tend to leave white space. I mean, there's bits that are sort of kind of there, but that's because I picked the paint back up with a paintbrush. Again, one of the crazy birds, another butterfly. I think I choose butterflies because they're an easy, small thing to do, and they can be as multicolored as I like. Again, another one of those PM Artist Studio foam stamps. These stamps, by the way, these big insects are designed from. They're designed by Michelle at the Creative Cove, and she designs them from PM Artist Studio. So there you go. Another water. I do like doing feathers. I must admit, I got a bit addicted to feathers. I think there is more in here. It's another crazy bird. I don't know what else is in here. I thought there was more. There's another crazy bird. Oh, and another feather. So as you can see, just trying to work out how to deal with the techniques that you do in watercolor. Like the biggest mistake I was probably making was I wouldn't let one color dry before I tried painting next to it or over it with another color. Hence, I made lots of khaki colored stuff. So I then went on, I was trying to play with this. Again, I was trying to learn the blending, trying to leave white space, which I didn't leave white. Well, there's a tiny little bit of white space up there. Just playing, just trying to get my head around this. And this has been going on for well over a year now, but I'm getting there, as I said. Am I enjoying it? Yes, I'm really enjoying it. It's one of those things now, I'll sit down at my little watercolor desk and I'll play and just have a peaceful moment. And whereas normally I go, oh, I need something to be done quickly. Some of the things I work on will take 2 or 3 weeks because I'll pop in and out, let things dry. So I'm enjoying that process, right? These are the 2 100% cotton art journals I just bought, and I wanted one for my nature journal and one for my travel journal because I've traveled a lot in my life, and all my travel journals have got stuff stuck into them or shoved into them with post-it notes. I've never got around to writing them up. And I've really got captivated. There's a guy on YouTube. I'll try and put a link to his channel in the description box. His name is Mario, and he does these absolutely beautiful travel journal pages, which he'll trace an image in, then he'll do line and wash. And I'm envious of his handwriting. And that's another thing I'm doing, is I'm now doing practice exercises to try and improve my handwriting, because I tend to avoid writing in a journal because I hate my handwriting. That's going to change. So as I said, I haven't done a lot in these. Right, this is my travel journal. So as I said, this is my cover page. As you can see, I've left a note because I forgot to add Las Vegas to the places I've been. So just techniques, just simple techniques, trying to learn to draw properly. So that's the cover page of that one. Not overly exciting, I know, but it's the first one I've done. This is my nature journal. So again, I'm waiting till I'm a little braver. I want to put a silhouette of somebody there with a backpack on or something. I just haven't found that image yet that I want to copy. And I've started working on the spread about pumpkins. So I've done the pumpkins, the pumpkin leaves and the pumpkin flowers. And then I will come in and write a title in it somewhere on here and write little excerpts about pumpkins, where they're from, what they're used for, things like that. So, but again, the problem is, as you can see, I haven't left white space. I really struggle with this white space thing. I probably need to do a couple of classes, to be honest, but anytime I look at watercolour classes, they're all doing scenery. I'm like, I don't want to do scenery, I want to do botanicals. So, but never mind. So on to the book in question. This is it. I picked this up on Amazon. I know it's available in most countries. I would say pick it up on Amazon because that's probably your best bet for getting it. It's Creative Abstract Watercolors by Kate Rebecca Leach, and I'm absolutely loving this. And there is another one on its way. So basically, I mean, you can see why the cover caught me. I mean, these colours are just wonderful. So just to go through this quickly, and it's nice as a beginner's expression of imagination painting. Nice clean imagery, nicely laid out, lots of information. That's Kate. I did, another thing I didn't know until I read the introduction about Kate is, does this sound familiar to you? Okay, this is Kate's word. I have always been a creative person, from extraordinary decorated cakes to homemade gifts and cards. I love work with my hands, putting a little of myself into everything I do. Does that not just sound like me? I mean, good grief. I'm always been a creative person. I'm a cake decorator previously to this. I mean, I always do creative stuff. So I resonated really well with this, but I just love the simplicity of everything. Lots of things like definitions of what things are, hints and tips along the way, where she gets her inspiration. There's a breakdown of materials like papers and paints and stuff like that, but it's not a tome of information you've got to plow through. It's literally bullet point stuff as what you need to do this. So I like the fact that she has a section on color in here and how to mix it, how to use it, all that. So as you can see, we get to, I love these double spreads, they're absolutely beautiful, Kate. And then we get to techniques. So this is where she goes into all of the different techniques you could be using, all of the different exercises you could do. I think I was a bit naive. I thought I could just learn watercolor by watching YouTubes. I can't find a class that suits me, and with Biscuit, I can't go away anymore until, well, I just can't go away because I can't go away. So this is just perfect. It's like a whole class or course for me. Now, I'm not sure whether she does online courses. I know she does workshops here in Britain. I know I've seen some posts of hers. But as you can see, there's everything I needed to have known, all the way down to stuff like the shapes you can use, basically mark making without mark making. It's just I love all of this. It's just, and it's so beautiful to look at. So we get on, and where's the projects pages? So I just want to go 34. If I pass them, I've already passed them. Okay, where am I up to? I must have turned the page too far. Okay, from here on, all of this is projects that you can work on and make. And she gives you a step-by-step word on how to do each of them. I love the colours green and that. Everything is in here, all of the different techniques. I just love it, guys. So I'm going to be doing, I might actually do that. I might do that as my technique one. I need to go through this and choose one that I think I can manage to do within an hour. That is easily, like I love the pebble one too, that's beautiful. That's easily achievable within an hour. Love the colour palette on that one. So as you can see, guys, this is what I'm raving about. I absolutely love this. As soon as I've done the follow-up video, it will be in the link below. I will put her website in here as well. I'll put Mario's link for his travel journal as well. And if I can manage to get her Facebook link in there, I will. She's on Instagram, but I'm not on Instagram. So, but if I know anyone who owns a website, there will be links on her website to all of her social media things. And if you're interested in reaching out to her, she actually did get back to me within an hour. So if you're someone who actually wants to hire a watercolor teacher, know that she teaches. So guys, I'm extremely excited about this. I'm really, really excited about this. Hopefully it's gonna give me more techniques and confidence to share with you more of my watercolour journey than I do. So with that said, I'm Ceri the Crafter. That's Ceri the Crafter. Until next time, goodbye now.